Another week, boys, and another TWAB. This week at Bungie, there's just a lot going on right now. Dude, you ain't lying. Every time I turn around, something's being released. What a week. It started out with a brand new Vidoc showcasing Bungie developers, giving you a behind-the-scenes look at what we've been cooking up from home. Now, we'll pause the TWAB for 15 minutes so you can go watch it in all its glory. Even if you already watched it, go watch it again. Don't worry, we'll wait on you. It is kind of a long watch, but it's excellent. We did a breakdown the other day, guys. Feel free to check that one out, as well as a launch trailer breakdown this morning in which we dove into lore, and I mispronounced a bunch of words like epitome. Dude, where was I getting epitome from? Why have I heard that word? Epitome. Is that not a real word? Look, I blame Louisiana, okay? I'm just saying, being half Asian growing up, I had a tough time learning English words, and on top of that, learning the right pronunciation to English words. Trust me, I've got a lot of excuses to why I sound uneducated, so yeah, stick around. Moving on. That was your first look into the season The Hunt, as well as deep dive into Beyond Light, Stasis, New Light, and our plans for year 4. We also mentioned that most seasonal content is going to be sticking around throughout the year, and showed off a new calendar for Beyond Light and Season of The Hunt. Start writing your dates in your calendars, or I guess like programming them into your virtual calendars. You do you. Yeah. Dude, I still got those trucker calendars, man. Now, this is the updated roadmap we went over the other day. Just remember, the launch of Beyond Light will be on November 10th. The new season won't actually begin though until November 17th, and the raid will be dropping on us on the 21st. Luke Smith said the 22nd this morning. No, the 21st. My man looked like he hadn't seen sleep in a week, which, by the way, we will talk about his interview if it's not covered in this TWAB. But let's continue. Progression changes. Oh, it is time to talk about soft caps, hard caps, pinnacle caps, all the caps you could think of. Let's get it, baby. The start of any new Destiny expansion begins with a power climb as you experience a campaign and play through the story missions. After finishing that up and completing some additional quests and activities, you're usually around what we call the soft cap, and we will need to start earning powerful rewards to continue to increase power so you can tackle some of the more aspirational activities in the game. After you reach the hard cap, then there is an additional 10 power you can earn through earning pinnacle rewards if you choose to hit the pinnacle cap. Here are the new power caps you are aiming for when the next season begins on November 10th. Soft cap is 1200, hard cap is 1250, pinnacle cap is 1260. Now, when you first log into the next season, all of your weapons and armor will be at 1050 power or higher. If you have anything already over 1050, it will be unchanged, and anything under will be brought up to 1050. All new players will start at 1050 as well. Hell yes. There's no excuse, man. Everyone should have equal opportunity to partake in the raid. Now, powerful reward changes. We've heard a lot of feedback from players for more opportunities to earn powerful rewards from the activities you enjoy most. We have a change coming that will allow you to have a chance to earn powerful rewards from strikes, gambits, crucible, and from seasonal drops all the way up until the hard cap. It will still be much quicker to continue to complete all the powerful reward sources each week, but if you want to play strikes or crucible matches all day, every day, you can continue to earn powerful rewards as well. We hope this helps you to continue increasing your power during the period when you are still close to the soft cap and may find completing some of the powerful sources like the ordeal very difficult. All right, core activities, y'all gonna mean something now. I'm assuming they're still gonna have the pinnacle drops, right? For like the weekly completion. By the way, this is a quick note for those that are just trying to get some power levels quickly. Competitive is actually one of the best places to raise your level up really fast. What we do every single season. I know comp is kind of a slug, especially day 1 comp, which is why we like to save it a few days after the release. But comp no lie is a great way to help you level up. But it looks like everything's gonna be pretty good when it comes to leveling up our characters. So let's talk tokens and collections. Destiny is at its best when you are shooting aliens, getting loot, and becoming more powerful. That gameplay loop breaks down when the best way to increase your power can be standing in the tower, handing tokens to Lord Shaxx. Starting next season, gear received from collections and turning in tokens will have a lower power than in previous seasons. Gear earned through token purchases will be 20 power below your power level, and collection buybacks will be capped at 1050 power. Holy hell. Not the change I wanted to see. Actually, power is okay, I guess. I understand where they're coming from. Pretty much the guys that are hoarding thousands and thousands of tokens, myself included, you won't be able to get an extra leg on folks. So I get that. Dude, I just wish we can just turn in 1,000 tokens at a time for like a masterwork piece of armor, or maybe 1,000 tokens for a specific weapon. And maybe not 1,000, maybe like, I don't know, 100, 500. Pick the amount, you know? But something that just made me go, oh yeah, I should really go and see Shaxx, or I should really go see Zavala. and turn in these tokens. Now, I literally sit on all these tokens because I don't feel like turning them in. About the only real reason we would turn tokens in is if we get a true vendor refresh, and it was confirmed today by Luke Smith that no, we aren't really getting a true vendor refresh. We are getting new armor, but no new weapons. Now, that does not mean we're not going to get reissued weapons, which is what it sounds like to me, because I asked if we were going to get new things like new armor and new weapons, and he said you're going to get new armor, but nothing about new weapons. So I'd actually say the primary reason why I have not spent any tokens this past year just about is the lack of vendor refresh. Yeah. Moving on, economy changes. Let's go. Some currencies and items have changed coming either at the end of this season or in the near future. Here's what to expect when you log into the next season. Materials with no home. With several destinations going into the DCV, many of you have been wondering what is going to happen to the currencies found in areas currently underneath the pyramids. The simple answer is that there are no changes to these currencies in Season of the Hunt, and you will be able to continue to spend them at vendors normally. Starting at Season 13, phase glass needles, alkane dust, simulation seeds, and seraphine will be no longer accepted by vendors. For those of you that still have unspent stockpiles at the end of the Season of the Hunt, Spider will be kind enough to offer small Glimmer exchanges to take them off your hands. But you will realize the best value of spending them before that point, so make sure you turn in your stockpiles before the end of next season. There are other items that will be removed from your inventory at the end of Season of the Arrivals. Some, like faction tokens, have not had a purpose in quite a while, and others, like expired ramen coupons, never really had a purpose but held some sentimental value. You're damn right. I haven't let go of mine, have you? We know that it might be hard to part with those, but it's time to let them go. No, I understand. I mean, really, a lot of us hung on to faction tokens thinking that faction rallies would come back, and Bungie's like, faction who? Faction what? What's this dead orbit stuff you're talking about? We've never heard of them. Bounties. Back in late April, we shared some plans on how to tackle the problem of bounty fatigue. We've made some shifts to seasonal bounties and reduced their importance on earning seasonal currency and seasonal progress. We're happy with these changes, but still want to continue to improve the bounty system overall. One of the plans we previewed was to eventually replace weekly bounties with a new mechanism to provide players with a set of non-expiring and account scope objectives each week that will grant lots of seasonal rank progress. We're still working on that system and we'll share more on it before its targeted release of Season 13. We've got a lot of stuff that sounds sexy, man, but it ain't happening right now. Just keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. We're going to get into this a little more. Season Pass. The Season Pass you've come to know since Shadowkeep is largely staying the same. There will be new weapons and armor to earn off both the free track and own path. One big change we are making is adding Bright Dust to the Season Pass. As mentioned before, we want to change the way you earn Bright Dust and move more towards account-specific paths to give players with only one character significantly more Bright Dust than they've been earning over the last year. Here's a high-level look at the changes coming next season. So with the Season Pass free path, you'll now be offered 7,500 Bright Dust. The Season Pass own path will offer 3,000 Bright Dust, and weekly bounties will now award 100 Bright Dust. What do they reward now? Is it 50? With these changes, the vast majority of players will be earning more Bright Dust than before. One of our goals here is to not have a system that pushes you to try to grind out every weekly bounty on all 3 characters every single week. So whether you are a 3-character player or only play Titan, Bright Dust will be more available when earning ranks on the Season Pass. We will also be making a change to the timing of Season Pass rank purchases, which will be available starting in week 5 instead of week 9. Wow. Okay, so this is actually something here where you can buy seasonal ranks on the Battle Pass, which would only unlock in that 9th week or pretty much 2 weeks before the end of the season, which meant that most people had already completed the Season Pass naturally. Now it's going to be available week 5, meaning you could purchase your ranks faster. And correct me if I'm wrong, what can you purchase it with? Is it silver or is it Bright Dust? Or both? Does it have an option? I've never actually done it. Now Bungie continues, we have more plans for improving how you earn Bright Dust coming in Season 13, and we'll continue to monitor your feedback. I've been talking a lot, let's change it up. Here's design lead Justin Nazette to tell you about some changes Spider is making to his wares and to answer questions we have been seeing about customization updates that we are making to your ghosts. Spider's dealing. So from Justin here, Spider is going through some changes in Beyond Light. Though a notoriously savvy black market dealer, our favorite forum friend has been largely the same for quite some time. But the impending journey to Europa has finally given him a reason to tune up the material exchange and make 2 key changes. First, Spider will no longer be selling legendary shards. This exchange was removed mainly because it was not seeing enough use, particularly when compared with other exchange offers. After reviewing player balances and frequency with this exchange, it was an easy decision to free up the space for something much more interesting. In place of Legendary Shard Exchange, Spider is now selling enhancement prisms. These highly valued items come at a cost though. 400 legendary shards per prism, and he's stingy with them, meaning we can only purchase 3 a week. But we wanted to give those of you with higher balances a way to transmute your legendary shards into something a little more valuable than planetary materials and upgrade modules. Second, we've taken another look at how Enhancement Core Exchange works and made some changes. The ascending cost mechanism has been removed, and in its place, Spider will now sell you 5 enhancement cores a day for a fixed price of 30 legendary shards. While this does limit a number of your cores you can acquire from him each day, we feel a consistent price is a clearer experience with less chance to accidentally spend large quantities of legendary shards. You're dang right it is. Spider be taking all my shards, man. More importantly, it's also cheap. In the old purchase model, you'd pay 310 legendary shards for 5 enhancement cores. 10, 20, 40, 80, and then 160. Yes, it was terrible. In the new model, you're only gonna pay 30, which equals out to 150 legendary shards for 5 enhancement cores. Wait, what? 30 per? Oh my God, I thought they meant 30 legendary shards for 5 cores. What's this shit? Well, hell, I never buy more than 2 anyways. I only spend 30. 30 for 2. Now they're just gonna have a higher flat fee? Oh, this is some bull. So while it does limit your acquisition rate, it actually will save you 160 legendary shards. Look, man, this ain't stocks. We're not sitting here breaking down ROI over a 5 enhancement core acquisition. No, I just don't like this. I feel like I'm getting screwed. At the same time, I do have 200 enhancement cores now, so I'm rich, man. Gotta go fast. Finally, we see a few people wondering if you'll be able to equip the Ghost mod Speed Demon with other mods like Guiding Light in the new system. And we have some good news for you. You won't need to. Starting in Beyond Light, all Sparrows, both legendary and exotic, will have innately summoned instantly, even without the Transmat Preloader perk. As a result, there is no need for a Ghost mod to impact this functionality. So Speed Demon was not carried forward into the new system. If you're already driving around a Sparrow with Transmat Preloader, you can keep using it and it will work just fine. Or you can pull it from collections again and get 2 new perks. Newly created Sparrows will no longer roll on a Transmat Preloader. So you have a chance to get yourself an extra perk and still retain that instant summon speed. Hop onto that newly instant summoning Sparrow and zip on over to check out Spider's new offers. He's ready and waiting to wrap those 4 greedy arms around some of your wealth and make you a deal you can't refuse. Oh, I can refuse them. Trust me. I do it all the time. But that's good, man. Speed Demon, dude, needed to be something intrinsic on all Sparrows. Pullout game currently right now without it is terrible. So I'm happy to see that being improved. Moving on, let's talk Eververse. Starting a seat in the hunt, Bright Ingrams will now contain all Eververse content from season 1 to 3 seasons prior to the current season, excluding content from special events like Festival of the Lost, The Dawning, etc. Here's some practical examples. Season 12, Bright Ingrams will contain all content from season 1 through 9. And then starting in season 13, Bright Ingrams will contain all content from seasons 1 through 10. Ah, I see. So every season, they're just gonna tick it up a notch. Okay, yeah. I can't wait to get my Spare Rations ornament after Spare Rations has just been sunset. Content! Moving on to world activities. When Beyond Light and update 3.0.0 releases on November 10th, some world activities will be removed. These removals are not related to the DCV, but are general game updates. The players should complete any activities and quests they have left if they want to claim rewards from them. So flashpoints, weekly Ingrams should be claimed before November 10th, or they will be removed. All destination adventures and world quests from year 1 locations, such as Enemy of My Enemy, Exodus Black, and Data Recovery. All right, just a warning there, guys. Some other things here. Starting on November 9th, Destiny 2 will actually be offline for maintenance for 14 hours. Holy balls. Maintenance will begin 7 p.m. Pacific time and will end November 10th at 9 a.m. That will be when Destiny 2 Beyond Light launches with the new update. Now, a final note here from Cosmo. It's been a fun week filled with several early mornings for us on Pacific time. It's always nice to start off your day delivering a new Vidoc or exciting new launch trailers. The train carrying the hype is nearing its destination though, and Beyond Lights will be arriving in less than 2 weeks. It's almost time to start counting the sleeps until the big launch. Next week, we will have a preview of some of the patch notes coming with the big update on November 10th. We want to leave plenty for you to discover on your own in Beyond Light and season the hunt, and are excited to let the game do the talking. But we will still check in next week for one last TWAB before launch. See you then, Cosmo. All right, guys, that's your TWAB for the day. Let me just touch on a few things real quick, though, that Luke did cover in his interview earlier today at Twitch Gaming. First up, this is just not to alarm anyone, but he was just straight out the gate with this. Beyond Light is not Forsaken size. Now, Now, he did mention that it is still bigger than Shadowkeep, so it sits somewhere between Shadowkeep and Forsaken, which is unfortunate. There's a lot of reasons for this, most notably because Vicarious Visions, which did a lot of legwork for Bungie and helped with developing a lot of stuff with Destiny 2, is no longer with Bungie. Secondly, we talked about this already, but the vendor refresh will only include armor. Nothing was said about weapons. Third, transmog is coming, but in a later season. However, if you've already discovered armor pieces, you can go ahead and delete your armor now. Although if you're like me, you save many different rolls of armor due to stat rolls. I would say still delete anything that's sunsetting armor-wise, and then proceed to keep your best stat rolls afterwards. And again, we're going to do a video going through my vault. It is maxed out. I have all 500 slots filled. You and me, we're going to go through each item and decide together whether or not we should keep that piece of armor. And the final point, and something that was brought up, multiple stasis and darkness-based subclasses will be in development. Luke didn't give specifics to it, but they do have many plans even after Beyond Light updates, and it sounds like next year's annual expansion, the Witch Queen, is going to bring about more of these darkness-based subclasses. So darkness ain't going away, man, which is cool. I'm fine with that. More diversity in our subclasses? Hell yeah. So guys, that is your TWAB. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Again, if you have not checked out our Vidoc Breakdown, as well as our trailer breakdown, pretty much everything, man. Like everything we've been covering in Destiny 2. You don't have to watch it, but we give some details in the sandbox, what weapons are looking pretty deadly next season, what's going on story-wise, Clovis Bray. It's a lot of juicy stuff, man. So check it out whenever you can. Again, in the description will be links to all those videos. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.